Look everyone, I said I was back, I didn't say I was going to be consistent. Hey guys, I'm Grestar, and how about we watch another death battle? This time we got Ghost Rider versus Lobo. So I know that last time I said that I was going to do Aang versus Edward, but then I started to watch the actual Avatar series with one of my best friends, and we just reached book 2, Toph finally showed up, and so I'm excited about that. So basically, I don't want to watch that death battle right now because I don't want to be spoiled. I mean, obviously, I've already been spoiled to a large degree by death battles in the past, Toph versus Gara, obviously. But in this case, I just want to keep things limited since I'm freshly engaging in the series. So bear with me. I mean, I know that a lot of you were saying watch the death battles that you want to anyway, and so maybe I'll do that. For now, I'm still gonna go in order, but just excuse the fact that I've skipped over that one for now. I'll get back to it later. And yes, it has been almost 2 months since I've, I made my last video, and so I apologize if that's, bad for anyone. Yeah, honestly, you might just have to kind of expect that. I really cannot be consistent right now. Just a matter of being busy with school, with work, and then having to juggle motivation. I do have some free time for sure, the weekends. But it's during those moments where I want to spend time with family, or I want to spend time with friends, or I want to do my own personal activities and things like that. Not necessarily react to a death battle or record a video game or something of that sort. Those are my times to decompress. Or just to be completely lazy, whatever. But I wanted to give you guys at least this video here, so you didn't have to wait quite 2 months. So yes, this one, Ghost Rider Marvel, I believe, and then Lobo, no idea. Maybe it's DC? Is it another Marvel versus DC? I definitely do not know. I don't think I've ever heard of Lobo before, or if I have, it just completely left my mind. So I really don't know what to expect. I don't know anything about Lobo's character, and so I don't know how he even relates to Ghost Rider, in the sense that, usually death battle combatants, they have something in common with each other. And so I wonder if it's a matter of a deal with the devil sort of thing, or that, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know a ton about Ghost Rider, so it's hard to pull comparisons from a character I only know a little bit, and then a character I don't know at all. So really, this is just me wasting time. So with that determined, I think we should just jump on in, so let's get to watching. And play.
Have you tried 23andMe?
Also, just saw, I have to talk over Ben. I just saw the title of the video does say, in parentheses, Marvel versus DC. So it is, Lobo is from DC, so that's something.
Reports
That's
do
cool.
not diagnose disease or describe overall likelihood of developing any disease. 23andMe tests selected genetic variants only. Visit 23andme.com/deathbattle for important
I just
test
figure,
information.
I still figure, if I'm going to be watching these videos, reacting to them in this manner, the least I could do is let these advertisements play out, even if I do talk over them sometimes. But yeah, there you go, 23andme.com/deathbattle. And here we go, we're actually starting it now! Alright. So there we go, death battle. Ghost Rider versus
Whether
Lobo.
it be justice, vengeance, or the thrill of the kill, bounty hunting isn't for the faint of heart.
Especially when your usual
Oh, they're both bounty hunters?
superheroes.
Oh,
The Ghost Rider, Marvel's relentless spirit of vengeance.
I see.
And
Yes.
Lobo, the space-hogging main man of DC Comics. He's Wiz and
I don't know who
Boomstick.
Lobo
And
is.
it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Okay. Well, he punched Superman. That's gotta mean something.
Even at a young age, Johnny Blaze lived life on the edge. Son to the accomplished cyclist Barton Blaze, he was
From the
sadly witness to
movie.
his father's death in a stunt gone wrong.
But he got adopted by another stuntman, Crash Crash Simpson. It's no surprise that Johnny became a stunt performer himself until Crash's wife died in a stunt gone wrong.
Only
I don't
now,
think this was
apparently,
part of the
where
movie.
motorcycles can be dangerous.
That's,
Johnny
all I
swore to
know of
never
Ghost
perform
Rider.
again.
And then Crash got cancer. Damn, even I don't have parent issues this bad.
Completely devastated, Johnny refused
Also,
to
I
let
so
Crash
far have
die.
not read any of
Willing
the
to
side
risk it
things,
all,
'cause I
he turned
forgot.
to the one person who could fix
Also,
everything.
glasses.
Everyone's favorite problem solver, Satan.
Yay, Satan!
This was Mephistopheles, one of the many lords of hell who happened to have a
Mephistopheles,
special
yeah.
interest in Johnny's family line. To save Crash's life, he cut a deal with the devil, curing the cancer at the cost of selling his soul. The deal succeeded, and Crash was healed, but then he died in, well, a stunt gone wrong.
I mean, he's a stuntman whose name is Crash.
Wait, so
Should have seen it coming.
so in the movie,
And after all that,
did they
Johnny got
combine the
stuck with
father
being
figures?
Mephisto's bitch for eternity.
Mephisto even
doesn't matter.
sandwiched him together with a demonic spirit of vengeance named Zarathos.
Oh,
Zarathos.
Zarathos.
Ask your doctor if it's right for you. Or your
I see.
exorcist.
Long ago, Zarathos was a powerful demon who threatened Mephisto's realm. Eventually, Mephisto defeated him, forcing him into eternal servitude.
And with their power combined, Johnny and Zarathos roamed the world, punishing the wicked as the embodiment of a death metal album cover, the Ghost Rider.
Good for them. Yeah.
Ah! Oh god, that's terrifying!
Well, sure, his visage and
Surprised
stealth fear
Broomstick
on the
thinks
many-
that's so
No,
terrifying.
Ghost Rider looks awesome! I'm talking about Nick Cage.
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Agreed. Anyway, as the Ghost Rider, he became one of the universe's greatest threats. He has superhuman strength and speed, and his skeletal body can regenerate from practically any amount of damage.
And if Blaze's last name wasn't obvious enough, he can shoot fire! Oh, but not just
Well,
any
I mean, I
fire,
don't think the last
hellfire.
name
The best kind
is
of
necessarily
The
indicative of
kind
that.
that's infused with magic that burns not just your flesh, but bypasses conventional defenses to attack your very soul. He can
Oh.
throw fireballs, raise
I
walls
see.
of flame,
What
rain
is that-
fire from the sky.
what is the
and
durability
even
of a
conjure
soul?
weapons and objects out of thin air, such as a demonic shotgun and an infinite stream of chains.
And his badass ride, the Hell Cycle.
Yeah.
This baby can look however Johnny wants, but he usually summons it as a panhead chopper. It can respond to Johnny's thoughts, scale walls, and even outrace Thor's hammer Mjolnir.
The
Oh.
same hammer that crossed a galaxy and back in a single minute.
You know,
Wow,
I
okay.
lit my chopper on fire once.
I didn't know you had a motorcycle.
Well, yeah, until the fire.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Roadhog. At least you went out in a blaze of glory, like Bon Jovi said.
But while his
Sure,
hellfire
sure.
and chains are vicious weapons in their own right, they're often used to ensnare the Ghost Rider's victims as he goes in for a truly diabolical kill. Or should I say, a penance.
The penance
Penance
stare,
is
yes.
basically Hell's timeout corner of pain. Ghost Rider isn't angry, he's just disappointed. And he wants you to think about what you've done.
Right.
And it to hurt.
Sure.
A lot.
Under the penance stare, the Ghost Rider forces you to relive all the pain and misery you've inflicted on others throughout your entire life. No indiscretion, no matter how minor, is safe from the Ghost Rider's gaze.
Dang,
Oh,
okay.
that time I put ground laxatives in my 4th grade math teacher's coffee and gave her the shits. Does that mean the stare would give my soul the shits too?
Not literally, but you would experience the anger, humiliation, and the butt cramps.
So basically eternal damnation. Got it.
But should your sins be so numerous and terrible, the penance stare could even obliterate your soul, leaving you an empty husk.
I
The
see.
stare doesn't work on everybody, though. You might survive if you're blind, don't have a soul, draw power from pain, or if you're a weirdo like Thanos who gets off on that shit.
Oh,
Still,
okay.
Ghost Raiders grab bag
So I
of
just
hell
read the
powers, let
box.
him tear up some of the biggest
That was interesting
assholes
about
in the
Deadpool.
world. And even some of the good guys like Hulk, Thor, and Doctor Strange.
He's quick
But I
enough
missed
to
what that
dodge
was about
bullets
because of
or
it.
even outright catch them in his teeth. He's powerful enough to create massive eruptions, blow up mountains, and even tear down a skyscraper. The average skyscraper weighs over 200,000 tons.
200,000
That's
sounds
the same
good.
weight as 1,100 blue whales.
1100 blue
Or
whales
my
got it.
ex-wife. Oh, I'm gonna write that on her next alimony check.
And given his hellish heritage, he's rather difficult to kill.
Bullets, poison, fire, he survived it all. Even a beatdown from World War Hulk just got him even more pissed and extra flamey.
Not just that. Remember Zarathos? Johnny Blaze isn't simply a host for the demon, but a limiter for his full power. Throughout his life as the writer, Johnny has constantly battled Zarathos in the mind,
Ah.
barely holding on to some semblance of sanity.
I
Should his will
see.
to resist the demon falter, Zarathos can take full control, and all hell breaks loose.
Ha.
Not literally, but pretty close.
Yeah.
Oh, and plot twist, Zarathos was never actually a demon at all, but an angel of justice.
What?
Fire skull head and everything. When he's unleashed, he becomes so powerful, even Doctor Strange wets his robes. And this is the guy who pops supernovas like Pez.
While Zarathos was bonded to another host, they even managed to defeat Mephisto in his own realm. For reference, Mephisto once battled Galactus, devourer of worlds. Stars detonated, galaxies trembled, and the entire universe was at risk, simply as a byproduct of their battle.
And if Zarathos
I didn't read that
wasn't
corner box at
terrifying
all, by
enough,
the way.
he likes
Beatsy
to
dubs.
eat souls.
Of course, the Ghost Rider isn't invincible. Johnny is technically vulnerable as an ordinary human being. Even while transformed, the rider can be killed via holy weaponry.
But Johnny's doing all right, sitting pretty
Holy
on
weaponry
Mephisto's
specifically.
throne. I guess things worked out okay for him, even if he's not too keen on being the devil's bounty hunter.
So let this be a warning. Should you ever hear the rumble of a motorcycle in the distance and the glow of an ethereal flame on the horizon, count your sins, because the Ghost Rider is coming. And may God have mercy on your soul.
Sorry. All out of mercy.
Ah, don't you hate that? Like, that's the whole reason I showed up. All right,
Let's
next
turn
we have
the
Lobo.
clocks back to a distant era
Doctor
of
Who,
sin
sure,
and
sure,
debauchery.
why not?
The 1990s.
Inspired by
time,
the financial
sure.
success of Watchmen and The Dark Knight Returns, comic writers started churning out grim and gritty superheroes by the dozen, like Cable, Azrael, and Overkill.
Oh,
They were badass looking at first, but I mean, what's even
yeah, that
happening here?
Captain America
It
thing
got
is so messed
so
up.
absurd that someone needed to knock these roided out monstrosities down a peg.
The world needed a hero. No, a parody.
Enter the planet Zarnia, once the brightest beacon of peace and happiness in the universe, until its inhabitants were annihilated by a biological catastrophe, leaving only one survivor. The last son of Zarnia, Lobo.
I see.
The one that killed all the rest of them. A guy whose name literally translates in Sarnian to "he who devours your entrails and thoroughly enjoys it."
I'm sorry.
What? Awesome! Why wasn't I named
Why
that?
is there a name for
Lobo
that, and
is
why would
so
you name a baby that?
unimaginably evil that his birth caused the midwife who delivered him to go insane. The first Sarnian to do so in 10,000 years.
Oh.
Some even think that Zarnia was so perfect and good, the universe made Lobo to balance things out. Hey,
Oh.
didn't you say the same thing about me when we first met, Wiz?
That I did. Simply put, Lobo was unique and desired to be even more so. Thus, he ensured he was the only Zarnian alive in the universe.
Wow.
Dragged the rest of the planet for my high school science project. Gave myself an A.
Yeah, he's definitely insanely awesome.
Lobo left the desecrated
Calm down,
parts of his
Boomstick.
former home to become a bounty hunter, probably because it's the only profession that legally allows him to murder.
Don't worry, he'll murder you illegally too. Lobo doesn't discriminate. He even has a special gender-neutral insult in the name of my next motorcycle, Bastitch.
My bike! Dragon bastard.
Anyway,
Ah,
Lobo's
well,
bagged
cool.
some pretty crazy bounties across the universe, including Santa Claus, 2 near-omnipotent dwarf gods, and even things that don't exist, apparently.
What did Santa Claus
Lobo's
do?
Zarnian physiology is just as absurd to match. He possesses godlike strength, speed, and invulnerability, so much so that he can tear through hordes of superheroes like nothing. Should he somehow suffer damage, he also has an impressive healing factor.
He's like if Superman and Deadpool had a baby, which is a lot more terrifying when I say it out loud.
Did somebody say Deadpool?
No.
Oh wait! There. He's gone.
That was a close one.
Wow, I didn't think you had it in you.
Oh, honey, that's not true. Haven't you heard? No one's ever really gone. See you later.
I swear to God I'll kill him someday.
Poor Wiz.
So, you had the replacement plan on that TV, right?
Back on topic, Lobo can regenerate from a single drop of blood, and each
Wow.
one he sheds will actually grow into a completely new Lobo.
Wait.
No, I'm not making that up.
All right.
No wonder there wasn't any war on Zarnia. Nobody can kill these friggin' Bastitches.
It helps that he's also a super genius who knows well over 17,000 languages. He can perform complex physics equations in his head quickly enough to catch the Flash. And
Wow.
can build planet-destroying weaponry out of garbage.
His brain is no joke. He can resist mind control because he's too ornery, and he's got so much willpower he can literally walk through Green Lantern constructs. You know, those things powered by willpower?
Right, yeah.
And befitting his occupation, Lobo is a master sharpshooter, tracker, and can, by his own admission, deduce the weak points in any opponent.
Like how my shotgun leg jams if booze gets in it.
I would have gone with your crippling alcoholism, but sure, that too. Lobo may be a powerhouse on his own, but he also comes equipped with guns, knives, swords, grenades, and a bomb that he sent back in time which accidentally killed the dinosaurs.
Oh,
Whoops.
that was his
favorite
doing.
is his enormous hooked chain. But when his job takes him across the universe, he hops on his Space Hog, a customized Spaz Frag 666, which has automatic machine guns, responds to his whistle, can fly fast enough to escape black holes, and blasts Born to be Wild.
Okay.
How can he sing in the vacuum of space?
He's that
that's
good.
where you're drawing the line? Not the time he, say, pulled the alien entity Solaris out of the sky, which is as heavy as a star, despite lacking leverage?
I like how he even admits that
I don't do logical, yeah.
Using a small to medium-sized star like our own sun as a reference, Solaris should weigh nearly 2 octillion tons, over 300,000 times heavier than Earth.
Okay.
So, pretty tough to bench press. But how about the time he was fighting some rabbits and then he got so face-meltingly angry that he just straight up ate a city all at once? Disclaimer, don't eat away your feelings. It's not healthy. Drink them away instead.
Don't do that. But that is trillions of tons of steel and rubble condensed into a sphere smaller than the palm of his hand. By my calculations, that compressed ball should be over 20 times denser than a neutron star.
Oh god, imagine that coming out.
This unimaginable strength lets him brawl with the likes of Superman. But that's barely scratching the surface.
Name anybody in DC Comics and it's likely Lobo's kicked their ass. He can even punch ghosts. Sounds like the only thing that can kill this guy is an act of God.
Not even that. After rampaging through heaven and hell, tearing through armies of angels, demons, and what have you, Lobo's bloodlust on a literally biblical scale got him banned from the afterlife.
Banned
As in,
from the
Death
afterlife.
was told that Lobo's soul was not to be collected.
So he just can't die now?
Not in the traditional sense. He's had his head disintegrated, been reduced to a skeleton, even been turned into a spirit that just kept on fighting until he got his body back.
The only thing that has ever really held the big lug back is his weirdly consistent integrity. Namely, he'll always keep his word no matter what. Seems pretty weird for a cosmic madman.
Yeah.
But he also loves dolphins and will literally go to hell and back to protect them, so who even knows it?
All right.
He's not without his failures, though. His greatest of which was perhaps something entirely out of his control. His reboot.
What the hell is that scrawny, emo, Edward Cullen-ass looking dork?
That's New 52 Lobo, a serious, tortured, modern interpretation. Everything
Ah.
that Lobo was meant to be a parody of.
Thankfully, someone at DC developed a sense of irony and literally shelved this loser.
The real Lobo returned better than ever and got back to doing what he does best.
Kicking ass across the universe. He's not just some two-bit alien villain. He's the main man, and the whole universe knows it.
See?
Well,
Someone's paid me a heap
definitely
of
a-
cash for your
a big
carcass,
guy.
And the main man always delivers.
I do not think this is going to be an
Alright, the
easy
combatants are set,
battle.
And we've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, rev up your engines for
But
this
first we have
delicious
this,
food deal.
so-
With Blue Apron.
You guys listen.
By now,
I'll
you've
think.
probably heard of Blue Apron, the leading meal kit delivery service in the U.S.
Choose your meals each week, get the ingredients delivered to your doorstep, and whip up a meal using the easy-to-follow directions provided.
Check out their summer menu and try out their customer favorite plant-based burger with the Beyond Burger.
I never thought a plant burger would be a good idea, but I was totally wrong. You
Music's
gotta
kind of
try it.
popping
And
though.
there's plenty more to love about Blue Apron.
My favorite part is feeling like a master chef, making creative and delicious meals with my own hands. You guys really need to try it out.
It's pretty nice coming home knowing I'll have a delicious meal I can whip up with ease. Blue Apron supplies the recipe, you do the cooking, and the result is truly beyond.
Check out this week's menu and get $60 off at blueapron.com/battle. That's blueapron.com/battle.
Are we about to go?
Blue Apron, a better way to cook.
But right now,
It's time for a death battle and pause. All right, so let's talk about this really quickly. It seems to me like Lobo has more like feats in his favor. Like he seems to be smarter. He seems to be, I don't know about faster necessarily, but like the physics thing, able to catch flash, like that's really impressive. He seems to be more intelligent because of that kind of feat. Like him pulling down the star is like such a huge deal. Him going up against Superman and holding his own is such a big deal. And then like I guess as a child or someone like slaughtering his whole race, that seems like it's probably a pretty big deal as well. And so from what I'm gathering, it seems like his feats are better than Ghost Rider's. But this is where I have to say like, however, I don't know the exact extent of what Ghost Rider and his, like, demon, or angel, I guess, companion are able to do. They were able to beat Mephistopheles, that's his name, right? They're able to beat him in his own realm, and then they mentioned that, like, Mephistopheles went up against Galactus, and, like, that was a whole thing. And so, like, there's that to compare it to, at least. And then on top of that, like, these are the biggest things, right? These are the biggest things to me, because Lobo almost seems too good in this sense, or like just so far in this case that I've built, the Death Battle's built, that sort of thing. Like, Lobo has been shown, like, he can't die. He was banned from the afterlife. His soul is not to be accepted, right? But it seemed like with Ghost Rider, like, his thing was that, I mean, he went up against Hulk, including, like, War Hulk, which I assume is a powerful, I don't remember I think it was something war related, but it's probably powerful, right? But, like, went up against him and then was fine, and then they had mentioned in his analysis portion that, like, he, outside of his, like, human form, could only be killed by, like, holy weapons, and I don't see Lobo having or using holy weapons. And then, sure, like, maybe Lobo can't die in the traditional sense, but, like, Ghost Rider, his whole thing is the penance stare destroying the soul, right? And so I'm thinking, with everything evil that Lobo has done, considering that Lobo is basically, like, the embodiment of evil, like, they even mentioned that maybe Lobo was created to be so evil to balance out the rest of his, like, whole society. Like, the penance stare should have a huge effect on him. So what I'm thinking now is, as long as Ghost Rider can get his hands on Lobo and do the penance stare, I think that Ghost Rider will win. It seems that Ghost Rider has enough, like, kind of invulnerability to a large extent, you know, if holy weapons are not part of the equation. And it seems that, like, as amazing as Lobo apparently is, like, as powerful, as smart, as everything, it seems to me like kind of Ghost Rider has the way to get Lobo down, while Lobo doesn't necessarily have a way to get Ghost Rider down, like, you know, permanently kind of thing. So Ghost Rider's going to win this one. And play. Also, it seemed to me like Ghost Rider's motorcycle was faster with the whole, like, Mjolnir and Galaxy thing, but I could be wrong. I don't remember, like, what Lobo's motorcycle feat was, so.
Your sins are innumerable. I am here to
Doesn't care. I forget, was there a fight? Are they not doing the fight anymore? You know, like, to start the fight.
My bounty. I'm gonna skull frack ya.
That's right, chain battle. He broke his chain!
You're one ugly freak.
look into my eyes. Your soul.
That's way too early.
Is that a fact now?
Well, that was what I thought was gonna win it for him, and they used that immediately, so. Not to say he can't do it again, but, like, if that didn't work, and I'm not sure why it didn't work exactly. I don't know what would have to happen to make it work. What?
Bottoms up.
Like, I know that he's strong enough to scrunch things down, but I feel like the building would just break rather than, you know.
It's done.
No, he could come back from blood. It's not over.
Guzzball.
It's a lot of them now. His plan was the dog pile.
You'll all die screaming. Eat this, you bastards.
Ow. No, Earth, I'm sorry. That don't look so good.
Fraggaroli. I definitely ain't picking up that bounty now. Lobo of Zarya, your sins are innumerable. I am here to wreak vengeance upon your soul. No.
Oh, that's it. All right.
Damn, that was toasty. Wonder what Ghost Lobo tastes
Oh,
like.
Being so absurdly powerful, Lobo
confused,
definitely held
yeah.
a massive physical advantage against the Ghost Rider.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was
that
right on that
obvious.
point. Cool.
Skullhead took down a skyscraper while Lobo dragged around a freaking sun.
Yeah,
But Ghost Rider
huge.
survived some pretty incredible things. Almost as incredible as these new shirts from store.roosterteeth.com.
Time and place.
Come on, we gotta eat.
Even World War Hulk couldn't finish him off.
World
and
War
Lobo
Hulk.
didn't typically carry any holy weapons, which meant he really did not have a good way of killing the Ghost Rider.
Yeah, but who needs holy weapons when you're strong enough to crush a whole city? Couldn't he just overpower Johnny?
A good question. However, do you recall how powerful Zarathos was? Zarathos was an equal threat to Mephisto, whose battles tore
Oh,
apart
Mephisto,
the universe.
my bad.
Once the Ghost Rider released his true power, Lobo's physical advantages hardly mattered anymore.
But hey, the main man was super smart and probably could have figured out Johnny's weaknesses. But how is he gonna escape to find a holy weapon somewhere when the Hell Cycle outraced Mjolnir?
Okay,
Which once crossed
hey,
the
cool.
Milky Way and back in under a minute, a feat more than 100 billion times faster than light. More than capable of keeping up with the Space Hog.
They were both as unkillable as you can get. But since Lobo was banned from the afterlife, how could he ever lose?
This is where the fine print matters. Death was banned from reaping Lobo's soul, but that doesn't mean the soul itself could not be destroyed. This is where our research surprised us the most. It turns out the Ghost Rider had 3 different methods of specifically targeting Lobo's soul.
His
Oh.
Hellfire could hurt the soul directly, and since it ignores normal defenses, Lobo couldn't really stop it.
With trillions of murders on Lobo's hands, the Penance Stare could wield extraordinary power against him. And while Lobo had a high pain tolerance, he did not enjoy fatalistic agony and unending torture so much that he'd survive all of that at once.
Even if he did, Zarathos could just gobble up his soul for a quick snack. The end.
Oh,
Easy as that.
really?
Lobo was undeniably a
Oh,
difficult
okay.
opponent to take on, but the Ghost Rider's cosmic might, unholy invulnerability, and soul-rending powers gave him the perfect tools to take out the main man.
That poor bastard didn't stand a ghost of a chance. Sorry, I knew that was a Lobo.
Ah,
The winner is Ghost Rider.
claps for Ghost Rider. Cool. Okay,
Thanks
let's
for
see what they
watching
have to
this
say.
episode. If you want the battle music for yourself, you can get it by clicking the link down below.
Also, if you like animated content, check out the new Rooster Teeth animation channel. Just click that box right over there. Got some great stuff.
The boxes aren't there on mine, but next time on Death Battle, which y'all have already seen, I'm sure. That's the thing I didn't know. I don't know who that was, or... Dragon Zord versus Mechagodzilla. Ah. Well, cool. Alright, so let's talk about this death battle then. If I can actually speak for a moment. Alright, cool. So, I was right, yay. Again, what's always nice is, not just being right about the winner, because, like, you could do that 50-50, right? But, what I like is when I'm able to kind of better dissect why. And so it's always nice just when I talk during the analysis portion of, like, what about this thing, what about this thing, what about this thing? And then those pop up in the conclusion, it just makes me feel good. Even if I had, like, been wrong, if I could just pinpoint, like, the big factors in something, like, I would still feel better about it. And so I was glad I was at least able to pick up on that stuff. I tried to, I mean, like, I say all of this, but then the very next time I watch a death battle, all that could go out the window, right? So obviously, just keep that in mind, I guess. Like, whatever. Because it's not like I'm learning. It's just some days I get, like, luckier, or I hear / pay attention, retain things better than other days. But you know, about the holy weapons, about, like, the ban from the afterlife, but the soul thing, that sort of deal. So hey, that was something. I still wonder why the Penance Stare didn't work at first. Like, I don't know, does it require a build-up? Like, do you have to go through a whole, like, Kamehameha thing? Or, like, can Ghost Rider not just do it? Like, nah, your soul has been stared into kind of thing? I don't know. So I don't know if, like, if Lobo had to be kind of beaten down first, like, into his ghosty sort of form, or I say ghosty form, I guess that just is his ghost, huh? Or if that was just for the sake of entertainment, for like, in this battle, we're going to make it so, you know, so it's not like 30 seconds long. The first attempt doesn't work. Or maybe it was because it was like Ghost Rider, but like part Johnny. This is his name, right? Was it Johnny? Ah, shoot. I think so. part him, and then like the later one was like all it wasn't Mephisto. Mephisto's the other dude. It's the Z guy. It's the angel that he gets his powers largely from, you know? Or entirely? I don't know. But yeah, whatever the case, I guess that I'm satisfied with the conclusion. Like I said, it made me feel good to hear like a lot of things that I said kind of come back in the conclusion. And while I have that question, it isn't a question that's lingering so much and that seems like so weird that I am like throwing the entire video like into question, you know? So, cool. As far as like the animation itself, like I thought that it was fun. I thought that they went through like a lot of cool different kind of abilities and such. Like it was cool to see the regeneration kind of multiple times on like Ghost Rider's part and then on Lobo's part too. Like seeing, I liked the fake out when like Lobo ate Ghost Rider, but then Ghost Rider like exploded within him, fiery big old thing. There's all this blood, and Ghost Rider's like, I won, I'm so cool, you know. And then Lobo just comes back, and there are multiple of them. I do wonder with how strong Lobo is, when he has that many of himself. I was just surprised that Ghost Rider was able to take that as well as he did. Like he just summoned like that wave of like blue holy fire. Yeah. Right? It has to be holy fire. I mean, I guess it could be hellfire, but it seems weird that he would have hellfire while, like, reaping their souls because of the evil that they've done, especially when his powers come from an angel of, like, justice or vengeance or whatnot. But anyway, yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good. It seemed to have pretty good pacing overall. I was surprised by the penance stare at the very beginning, obviously, but that just meant to me, like, okay, well, I guess that it wasn't that easy, like, that I had thought. But that didn't seem to really slow it down a whole ton. The premise was fair enough, you know, just like Lobo doing his thing with the bounty, and Ghost Rider, if he is indeed, like, a bounty hunter as well, you know, looking for the people who have, like, so many sins on their hands kind of thing, it makes sense enough to me that he'd track him down. Like, it wasn't just they put the two characters in and, like, bashed them against each other. You know, there was some amount of story there. Was it anything huge? No. Does it have to be? No, it doesn't. It's just some justification to have them both there in the setting and a reason for them to actually fight. I thought it was good enough in that regard. So, I don't think I have anything more to say about this right now. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comments below. You know, whether you liked it, whether you disliked it, what you thought about this or that, etc., so on and so forth. And I will return to watch another death battle at some point in the vague future. I just really don't know how busy I'll be and how my motivation will be, like, you know, from this point on. I really hope that everything is fine with you guys as far as just the state of the world. I know things are crazy with COVID, but, you know, I hope you're doing well. I know that I am, like, even more reclusive than I normally would be. I mean, normally I'm super reclusive, but, like, I'd still go on walks now and then, or, like, go to the store to buy myself a couple packs of, like, dollar cookies or kind of thing, you know? And I really just have not left the house in so long now. So, anyway, I guess I'm ending this video with just a quick, random, but super important, take care of yourselves, and, you know, take care of those around you. Please be careful about who you see, who you visit, that kind of thing. Like, this is a serious thing that's going on in the world. Like, my mother had COVID, and thankfully she was able to recover, but, like, it absolutely exists. If you think that it does not, you are either ignorant or you are full of hate. And either way, you gotta change and better yourself. So, yes, with that, we're calling it here. Have a good one, everybody. Actually, I guess that a lot of you guys are missing this, so really quickly. Cue outro, go!